All right, Jenna, here you were really trying to work on some GS turns, keeping the hips and the chest really square to the skis, square to the direction of travel. And I think you really made some decent progress. Still, some little bit work to be done. I think you could still see, kind of right in there that your chest and hips are, kind of going that way when your skis are really starting already over here. So, you know, still some work to be done, but I think you did much better. You can see also there, right there. I mean, clearly those hands are kind of back. I think it would help dramatically and reduce the counter. And particularly your outside hand drove it a little bit more through and forward earlier in the turn. Another thing is interesting is you use a lot of up and down motion. That's quite a bit right there. You're really standing almost straight up, particularly when you're going into right-footed turns. It's kind of interesting. On your right-footed turns, seems like your outside hand is more forward than on the other side. And when you're going into left-footed turns, you really don't you don't rise up quite as much. So kind of a little bit interesting, but clearly on on here we'd like to see that hand come in a little bit more forward on the outside, and even raising the inside hand because you're not exactly kind of level there. So level it out by bringing the inside hand a little higher, driving the outside hand. There we go again, going into the right-footed turn. A lot of up and down motion, kind of tall, kind of unnecessary. It takes time is one problem. If you're in a GS course and you rise up that much, it takes too much time and space and distance that you could be kind of late in the initiation. And here you are, took time, and you kind of ran out, I think, of the snow you wanted to turn on. It's a little sketchy over there, so you just chucked them. Let's find you again. All right. And interesting here is another point is when you're in the transition, you've got to make a definitive weight transfer to the new outside ski, which here case is your left foot. You didn't do it here, so you could see all of a sudden it ran on you straight. It's going this way. You knew you needed to turn, so you just went. Your body went. You moved the inside. You had a little divergence in the skis. You realized it quickly though. You got on it, you stood on it, and brought it around. But make sure in that transition we get that weight transfer. Again, the hand, it could be a lot more forward earlier, and that would help you kind of reduce the counter. Again, when you're going into left-footed turns, you don't stand up as much, which I think is good. Again, I think raising that or driving the outside hand earlier, it would be better. You kind of just bring it right at the end, a little movement there, just so you really get almost so you can pole plant. Here you kind of, again, you rise up a lot, and it could have been a combination of releasing the ski. Maybe there was a bump, but clearly, that caused you to be in the air, and we need snow contact. That right there caused you to, made the transition longer. You had to then find the snow again, and again, you said, I'm just going to chuck them sideways because I don't want to go over there. And there's that hand again. I think it's kind of an abrupt little motion. I think if you drove it smoother through the whole turn, it would help you stay a little bit more square. By having it back, it allows you to kind of have that ability to be focusing this way when the skis are going, that way. And that's pretty nice. And there's that hand again. Particularly on left-footed turns. You hang it back and then you have to whip it forward in order to get into position to pole plant. So I think good job today. I think two things. Bring that on, particularly on left-footed turns, bring the hand forward throughout earlier and a smoother movement, and really focus on from the ground up doing your edging and not trying to edge all in one motion with the hip. Start with the ankles, the knees, extend the downhill leg to get that outside leg long, inside leg short. All in all, great job.